Well, first, great win on the road, and it feels good. I think the one thing that we can't do is take wins for granted at any time. And after the previous 2 weeks, it feels great to go in the locker room to celebrate with our players and to enjoy a win together. One of the things that I saw in this game, and it wasn't even plays, I know I've talked about execution so much, and that's still going to show up, and there's still going to be things that we can do better, is something that's undefinable. It's mojo. And, you could feel that in that third quarter. You could feel it. We had talked about the fourth quarter being our quarter. We had talked about it in practice. We actually worked on the fourth quarter and come together and knew that was something we were going to do, and regardless of the score, we were going to find a way to win. But these guys found mojo and played off each other, and sometimes that's one of the most important factors you can have when you're a good football team, and I think that we still have a good football team. I think our guys showed that again today, and along with what we were capable of doing, or what we were able to do on the offensive side, the turnovers we created on the defensive side, the special teams, which were good today, just that feeling of going out there and playing and enjoying it, but playing with a swagger, and those are things that you need to have. And I really feel like our guys felt that, and they started to come together. So that was very rewarding to be on the sideline and around that, and to see that energy and the smiles and the way that we're capable of playing show today against a good team.
You mentioned the swagger. You guys had that 97-yard drive. Jeremy, I think that was where Jeremy knocked two guys over to get in the end zone, kind of finish that off, and that gave you the lead. And I don't think you trailed again after that. How big was that 97-yard drive?
Well, it's huge. I think we had a few drives in there that were 15 or 16 play drives. One of the goals in the game was to have extended drives. We talked about on the offensive side just playing offense. As simple as that. We want to strike, we want to score, we want to put points on the board, but we want to play offense. We want to be able to help our defense out a little bit on the offensive side. If we can extend some drives and we can continue to keep the ball in our hands, that doesn't put our defense out there. And I think we've done that too much in the previous two games. We've had some 3 and outs, and we've got to allow our defense an opportunity to make their adjustments, to regroup, and also to give them some field position. That, to me, was a huge key in the game tonight, is those extended drives, those long drives, and then absolutely we ran the ball physical. The O-line kept guys covered up, tight ends managed the perimeter in their blocks, and wide receivers. Chadd Anderson, the last touchdown run, his helmet was sideways and his chin strap was up in his eyes, and he was out there battling with whoever he had to block, and that was the ultimate combination from that side. Defensively, Ben Weaver 3 weeks in a row has had a turnover, and Joey Materano might have had one of the most spectacular catches I've ever seen by anybody, let alone a linebacker, and he went out there and made that one-handed grab there at the end of the game to seal it. So, yeah, those drives, the ability to run the ball the way we did, to contain the type of back Urban is on the defensive side, we won that battle, and that's exactly what we're setting out to do.
What after the way the last 2 weeks gone, and you go in a locker room at halftime and you're trailing again, and you've only scored 9 points, what was the mood and the atmosphere, and what was the message at that point?
Yeah, it was. I thought it wasn't negative. That was the one thing. The mood at that time as we were in this game, and it was all about really getting to the fourth quarter, to be honest with you. I think the way we had set ourselves up mentally was, we get to the fourth quarter, that we're going to win this game. And if we get to the fourth quarter where it's not too much damage has been done, which at that point it's a 1-point game, it hadn't been. You'd love to be 35 points up. We just weren't. We were battling. I think guys understood that. It was simple adjustments by the coaches and talking to their guys, and then it came down to, hey, we're either going to go finish this game and get to the fourth quarter and win it, or we're not. I mean, it was something we talked about last night. It's football. It's not that complicated. You are or you aren't. There's some yes and no's in there, and it's just time to put your foot in the ground and go play. And I thought that's what our guys did. And so, to me, whatever came out of that halftime with the players, there was some mojo that was followed with it, and it showed up in the second half.
You talked a lot the last couple of weeks about the losses and hadn't seen them around here in a while, and all the negative kind of streaks and that kind of stuff. maybe some outside people, fans, whoever kind of wondering about things. How do you? What did that third, fourth quarter in particular say about this team, and just kind of maybe the statement you guys made and finishing this thing off with a win?
Yeah, I haven't talked about the negative. I know what we have to do when it comes to the game, and we have thousands and thousands of more people that are positive about this football team than negative. And unfortunately, with social media, everybody has a voice. I don't listen to that, and I suggest people don't, as other people shouldn't either. But we didn't have to show anything other than we had to go out there and play and execute and find some mojo, and that's exactly what we did. And I love this about this team. We found a way to win, and I think that's something when your back's against the wall. To me, that's when it's most difficult, and where you really shine is when people are pushing against you maybe, and our guys didn't listen to any of that. They kept believing, they fought, and they went out and won this football game on the road and got our 8th win, and that's the most important thing. And really, I hope that continues. I hope we play with that mojo. I hope that we continue that confidence, because we've had it, and like I said before, you can lose that a little bit, but that's not what we're trying to get done. We're trying to continue believing in each other and what we're doing. And this team is strong. This coaching staff is strong. This culture is strong, and it showed up today.
You guys have
big runs, those tough runs. How much does the entire team feed off that?
Absolutely. Well, it's physicality. That's what this game is about. It's a physical game, and when you see guys being physical and you see guys getting something extra, everybody's motivated by that. Whether it's a teammate, a fan, somebody at home, everybody loves to see that, and that's part of this game. We had talked about that, earlier in the week, and our guys, they fed off that in practice. Extra effort. Doing the little things with a little bit of extra. So his efforts, the defensive efforts, special teams, guys running down there and making big hits. We held them, I think, this 17-yard, we got them on the 17-yard line and had a big play down there on kickoff. All that matters, because that's an appreciation of your teammates and what they're giving up, and guys feed off of that because they want to give that same type of effort when they go out there and play.
Offensively, it looked like you guys made some adjustments this week. Some pistol, maybe a little more under center, a little more two tight end. What did you guys do to try to tweak things a little bit this week?
We went under center more. Yeah, we got in a little bit heavier set. We went under center. We felt like we could dent the defense. With the pass defense and the stats that they had, what do? They're obviously protecting something, being more one-dimensional, and we felt like watching on tape that we could move the guys up front, that we could dent the defense, we could get under center, and really just let the backs get downhill. And that's what we did. And that's something, as we continue on with the players that we have, I think that really fits, some of the things that we're doing. And we were able to open up the pass game by doing that as well and get some one-on-one matchups, make some easy throws out there for Brett. He did a good job with that. And then we're back into gun. It was a mixture of we just made an effort to run the ball, and we wanted to do it from under center and get downhill.
Brett said he felt like maybe there was a little bit of panic the last couple of weeks and singled himself out a little bit for that. Do you see a difference tonight in terms of handling the ups and downs and the flow of the game?
I do. It's confidence. The one thing I know, these guys, they're critical of themselves, and that's what you love about them. Panic's an overstatement, I think, by him. It's confidence. But it's also guys working together and making plays. Sometimes, maybe at that position, you need to throw the ball and get it perfectly there. Okay, you'd love to do that. It doesn't happen all the time. Guys got to make plays around each other as well, and then other sides of the ball have to step up. I think it's just a combination of the momentum in games that's gotten away from us, and today it didn't. We kept that in check and we controlled that, and we did it with some with some mojo. We did it with some excitement and enthusiasm, and that's just how we play. We play our best when we do those things and we cut it loose, and you know what? That's how we're going to play every single game moving forward. It's just that way, because all the other stuff is just we can't control it. We're going to play a certain way, and we're going to do it every single time.
The Poinsettia Bowl showed up to make sure you guys knew they wanted you. Is that where you want to be at the end of December?
We've been there, and it's a fantastic bowl game. They've always done that. It's first class every single time. I don't know. you're kind of hitting me with the question. You know, we just finished up a game and we just won the game. Obviously, there's got to be some conversations that go into all this that I can't have right now. But yeah, there's no doubt. We've been to some first-class bowl games, and that's one, and I'll never forget that. And I know we played TCU in that bowl game. Nothing but great things to say about it, and we'll see how it all ends up and what we end up doing and what's best for us. We know we're going. We just don't know where yet, but soon that will be decided. We need to, because of recruiting and to get guys squared away for the holidays and what we're doing, and then, you know, when the off season hits, you know, how much time are we going to have after that bowl game of a break before we get started?
Medical report: no Darian, no Gray, no Cottrell. I think today. Can you kind of give us a rundown on where you're at?
Yeah, I'd love to give you the answer. Darian was he hadn't practiced this week, and hope to get him back. Shane, we didn't have Shane in there either. Still not healthy enough to play. Austin, he had a foot. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's an ankle or a foot. And I think he was okay. I saw him I saw him in the locker room, and might have been at halftime. I think it happened before halftime.
Oh, it happened in the game. Okay.
It happened in the game. Yeah, he played. It happened in the game. It happened on kickoff. He got rolled up and he came out. Tyler Gray. Yeah,
yeah.
He had a little bit of a tweak earlier in the week, and everything was fine. And in warm-ups, he tweaked something different.
Okay.
And it was nagging, I guess. So I was surprised to hear that before the game. And Tanner had went to nickel. You know, so Tyler was playing nickel, and so Tanner had to go to nickel, and then that was how we got into the position that we were in. And this is literally before the game. And for that linebacker group to play the way they did and to have that change, we'd practiced it, but to make that change right before the game, you know, that's a credit to those guys.
Horton, Cam Miles. Those guys played.
Yep.
Cam did
Cam
get
played.
in.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam played. Horton did not play.
He banged up.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Okay, thanks, guys.